Your vocabulary can have such a profound effect on your communication and your message when speaking English. In today's video, I'm going to teach you vocabulary that you can use to make your speech sound very articulate and to sound very rich and to help others understand your message better. In this lesson, I'll teach you the words, I'll give you examples and context when you can actually use them. And if you want to study more about this list and other lessons with me, make sure to visit EnglishWithKayla.com where you can get all my resources there by joining my monthly membership, joining my community, and having access to me as your English teacher. Now, let's get started with the lesson. If you want to change it up and not always say good, 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 great, or even amazing, you can use this really sophisticated word, exceptional. You did an exceptional job on the presentation.
Exceptional.
You want to reserve this word for when someone does an extremely good job. And I just really like using this word myself to sound more sophisticated when giving a compliment. Like, that was an exceptional speech, or that was an exceptional meal that you just cooked. It sounds sophisticated and it gives a really nice compliment. Exceptional is definitely stronger than just saying good, and it's definitely more sophisticated than saying great or amazing. In a formal conversation, if you want to switch it up, instead of saying many or a lot, you can say numerous.
Numerous calls, numerous shifts.
I've given numerous speeches on this topic. This means a lot or many. If you're talking about a scientific paper that you read or a study, you could say, this drug or this medication had numerous benefits to the people who were taking it. It just upgrades your English, just that small amount that makes you sound more sophisticated and more intelligent. Again, this is helping you get your message across without saying something that's too complicated, but just making a small switch. Instead of saying it had many benefits or a lot of benefits, you can say it had numerous benefits. The next word on this list is enhance.
Enhance. Enhance.
If you want to enhance your abilities, you want to improve your abilities, you could say, I'm really trying to enhance my communication skills. Now, you want to be careful with this word. This is my caution to you. It can sound really corporate and overly professional if you're using it a lot, or if you're not using it in a professional setting. It's not wrong, it's not incorrect, but it sounds like it's almost trying to be very professional and very studious or academic. So just be careful to use this one kind of sparingly, rarely in conversation. I can see this word enhance being used to introduce a meeting or a training that you're given. You can say, our goal of this video is to enhance our communication skills, just to improve them. Instead of saying that something is important, you can use the word significant. Significant.
Something significant.
This is a really good change up. Instead of saying it was an important change, you can say it was a significant change. A significant change in my diet that I made was I increased the amount of protein, and it really helped me build muscle and feel more full and just feel good and energetic overall. It was a significant change. Or in this scenario here, I could say, I have been eating a significant amount of protein lately. This just means a big amount. If your friend has an achievement, maybe they just graduated with a new degree or they got a new job, you could say, that was a significant achievement. Congratulations. So you're either saying an important or a big achievement. We're not talking about physically large, but we're talking about just a milestone or something very important in life. Now, we can use this next word to mean something that is very important, considerable, large, and we can also use it to mean large in size. The word is substantial. Substantial.
Substantial.
Yeah, substantial.
We talk about having a substantial increase in something. So we could say we've had a substantial increase in sales lately. This means a large amount of an increase. Or we can say that car costs a substantial amount of money, meaning a lot that's going to really impact how much money we have if we spend our money on it. Another common thing that we say is there is a substantial amount of evidence in the case. So, if they're trying to figure out who did a a crime and there's a lot of evidence that points to someone, we say a substantial amount of evidence. We have a substantial amount of work to get done before we're complete with this project. So again, you can just hear I'm saying a large amount by using this word substantial. It really just kind of enhances the idea of a large amount. It's a really nice vocabulary word. Instead of saying enough, we can use the word adequate.
Adequate, yeah.
So if you are looking to have a meeting with a group of people and someone says, will this room work? You'll say, yes, the space is adequate. So it's enough. If you want to ask someone if they've had enough time to prepare for something, you could say, have you had adequate time to prepare? Or have you had adequate time to study? So enough. It doesn't mean more than enough. It doesn't mean a really good amount of time or a really good amount of space. It's just okay, enough. If you want to let someone know that the details and the accuracy of something is really important, you can tell them that they need to be precise.
Precise.
Be precise, please, or take precise measurements. It's really important. This means it needs to be exact if it's precise. And the opposite of being precise is to be approximate. So you're just being more casual in your measurements, or, approximately how long will it take? Or could you tell me precisely how long will it take? So here, if you need someone to tell you the exact amount of something or just be really accurate with an answer, you can ask them to be precise. If you say that something is complicated, you can mean it's really difficult. It sounds kind of negative sometimes. So a little bit more of a sophisticated upgrade here is just to use the word complex.
Complex.
So you could say, this is a really complex problem. Instead of saying it's a really complicated problem, it sounds a bit more neutral, and it just upgrades the word just a slight amount. If it's complex, it doesn't necessarily mean difficult, but it does mean that there's a lot of components to it. There's a lot of things that you need to figure out in order to solve the problem. Or if you say this is a complex job or this is a really complex book, it just means it's, a bit more upgraded. It's a bit more requiring you to really think about things rather than just if it's an easy read or if it's an easy job or if it's a simple job. Sometimes in the United States, we say we want to be really productive. I want to have a really productive day, or I want to be really productive at my job. If you want to sound just slightly more sophisticated and not be so focused on just getting things done, but getting things done in a really good way that saves time or saves money, you can say, I want to be efficient at my job, or I want to have a really efficient day.
Efficient.
If you call someone an efficient worker, it's definitely a compliment. It means they get things done without overcomplicating the job or wasting time or wasting money or even asking too many questions, and they just work efficiently, they get it done quickly. A word that sounds similar but doesn't at all mean the same thing is effective.
Yes, very effective indeed.
If something is effective, it works well. So the common ways that we use this phrase are we say this is an effective plan, or let's come up with an effective solution to the problem. So for instance, if you want to achieve something, like maybe you are sick and you need your doctor to figure out how you can get better, you could say, I need an effective medication here. I've tried a lot of different things that haven't worked yet. Or you could say that medication was really effective. Like all my symptoms went away. I feel so healthy. So when we say effective, we just mean that something works well and it achieves what we want it to achieve, the desired result. Reliable.
Very reliable.
If something is reliable, you can rely on it. It's dependable. It works very well. It doesn't break down. It doesn't quit. We talk about people being reliable if they always show up when you need them to, or they don't often just skip work, or, they just don't call you and don't show up. That would not be reliable. Reliable is someone who always shows up at the same time. You can really just depend on them to do what they need to do. You can also say you have a reliable car, meaning it doesn't often need repairs. It doesn't break down. It will pretty much always start up when you need it to. A really good word, I would say it's really professional or really academic, is to say that something is remarkable.
It's mighty remarkable, Big Daddy.
Remarkable?
I also hear people on podcasts say this about interesting or amazing, impressive information. Like, that was a remarkable discovery. So you could be talking about a really interesting scientific study or something that was studied in outer space or something like that. It was remarkable. You know, we remarked on it. We talk about it because it's amazing. It's a lot stronger than just saying good or amazing. And to remark on something means to comment on it. But we use this word remarkable to mean like it is really like we talk about it a lot because it is so astonishing, amazing, impressive. In health, we often say beneficial.
I think it was very beneficial, very beneficial.
This food is really beneficial for you, or eating enough fiber in your food from fruits and vegetables is really beneficial to your health. So we're saying it's helpful or it's good for you. Instead of just saying like, is this helpful? You could say, is this beneficial? And it's a slight upgrade to your vocabulary. If you want to emphasize that something is important, you could try out using crucial. Crucial.
Is it crucial?
A bit crucial.
Crucial means very important. And if something is crucial, it cannot be missed. It is absolutely necessary or critical. So if you are planning on going skydiving, I would say it's pretty crucial to double check your parachute and to even have a backup parachute in case your first one fails, because I have heard that has happened to people before. So I would say it is crucial. Essential.
Essential?
When something is required, it is essential. So crucial, you know, if you don't have something that's crucial, it could be very bad for you. Essential means it's just necessary. It's not as high stakes when you use this word essential. You're suggesting to someone that they won't be able to do something without something that is essential. Like, for instance, if you tell someone, hey, it's really essential to bring lots of matches and things to start fires with when you go camping, because otherwise you'll be cold and you won't have a way to cook your food. So it's pretty essential to bring some backup things. You won't necessarily die unless you're going on a really remote camping trip, but you're just saying it's very necessary. We also talk about this essential skills for a job, meaning they are the abilities, the things that we can do, and we need them in order to be able to do the job. We won't just be able to teach you these. So you would either have to have experience or a college degree that is essential to this job. If something is versatile,
You're more versatile. Right.
or sometimes people pronounce it more like versatile. I say versatile. It's kind of a tough word. It means it's useful in many different ways. So for instance, you might have a Swiss Army knife. Maybe you remember these. These used to be more common. It's basically, you know, a tool that has different tools on it that can be used for many different things. I would say that's a very versatile thing to have. Or a lot of times people will say, this is a really versatile outfit. I can either dress it up to be more formal or I can dress it down to be more casual. So it works in two very different ways. Instead of just saying that something is new or very creative, you can say it's innovative.
Steven's so innovative.
If I have an innovative product, it means it was created recently and it's just very different than what has already been created. This doesn't just imply newness. It really does mean that something was, you know, created out of a need that had not been created to solve a problem before. So it's really common to hear someone say that something was innovative in technology or business. Thanks for studying this lesson with me. I hope that you take these 17 words and add them to your vocabulary to really help you speak sophisticatedly and just help you feel more confident in expressing your ideas. If you want to learn more with me, make sure to visit EnglishWithKayla.com. And if you're in the mood to learn some more, go ahead and check out another English lesson with me. I'm here to upgrade your vocabulary, teach you new phrases that English speakers actually use. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.